Appreciate you, Coach. Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and, of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Minnesota Vikings. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Off the play fake. Love. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Looking to throw. Love. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Operating from the gun, Love. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 30 yards there, and, of course, the first down as well. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the... .49.
Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at their 49-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. First carry for Raquel Armstead. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Ready, set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. They can't hang with us.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Looking long for... He's got it. Hit the 15. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 24-yard line.
Check 390. 390.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know.
They'll run for the first time with the former Bearcat, Mike Boone. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
You got nothing.
Play fake. Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd.
44. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback.
3rd and long for Rivers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
2nd and 6. There goes a deep ball. End zone. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. In for the score. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Lambeau on for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14, Vikings nothing.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script, I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Right. Black 15.
All day, dog.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Rivers lets it fly for Thielen. He's got a man complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well. And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On 2nd down, Armstead. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And it's 3rd down.
Here we go. Set. 60 Pittsburgh. It's a party now. It's a party now.
On 3rd and 2, Love. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A great return there of 22 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. A good pickup there at 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Going with Armstead, a first down carry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The Jaguars on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Love. Wide open receiver complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Okay, great.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
From the gun, they go with Armstead. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. A run here with Armstead. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. 17. Watch the run.
Deferring to Armstead on the draw. And he'll get this down only to the 18. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go, D.
2nd and 9 now. And it's a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Set, 180.
Come on, check. Here we go. Set.
Red Delta.
On first, again, they go with Ferguson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Back at the 27.
Set. Black 11.
You better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better.
Now on 2nd and 13. Rivers. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And finally brought down at the 43. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. Rivers. He'll let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 30.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
I don't think you got it, son.
On first down, Ferguson. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Rivers. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, That's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. This quarterback now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. This is Armstead on the carry. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Love. The open man is Westbrook. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. This is Josh Lambo. He hit from 57 a year ago. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Now Rivers. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
the hookup here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
180.
A first down throw here for Rivers. And Diggs has it. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll throw again. Rivers. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen in the final seconds of the first half as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. A final shot before break. Love. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Here's Ferguson. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
They're running it.
Rivers to throw it. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad. Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Now Rivers. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Miles Jack can just flat out cover. Doesn't matter who's out there, and he can do it really well in man. How about what he just did there in zone, though? Eyes in the right place, saw where the ball was going, reacted appropriately, and knocked it away.
3rd and goal for Rivers. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Phillip Rivers with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead.
24, Jaguars 17.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Ready. 54. Mike's 54. Got you. I got you, son. I got you.
Now Armstead. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
To throw on second down. Love. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down.
Xavier Rhodes on the coverage.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, Love. Over the middle, complete. It's Terry. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
This quarterback now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. They run it with Armstead. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Ready, ready. 60, orange. 54. Pick me up. Here we go.
Looking to throw on second down. Love. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Vikings pick up the football. Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well, so now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you work a lot with your running backs about how they have to protect the ball in traffic, but downfield in open space, that's dangerous as well, because you may make someone miss, and their flailing hand can knock the ball away if you don't tuck it away.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Ferguson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And that is incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Set.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
64, weak. Right there. 54, Mike. Quit talking about it and bring it.
On 1st and 10, Love. Battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
Jacksonville.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll hand to Armstead. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On first down, again, they go with Armstead. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there for Jacksonville, and a first down as well.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. On the handoff, Armstead. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Love. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 27 yards there, a first down. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They'll give it back to Armstead. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Love. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. An 11-yard touchdown. As they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Focus, defense, focus.
Rivers now. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. In a tie game fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Ferguson from the shotgun handoff. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
That's another Vikings first down.
Rivers now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run with Ferguson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Calais Campbell on the stop.
At the 40-yard line.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. On play action, Rivers. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 26.
Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
focus.
Set, black 15. It's be a long day for you. Behind.
Play action now. Rivers. He's got his man. This is Jackson. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll try to run down here with Ferguson. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
It's complete to Diggs. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
It's now 4th and goal.
Set, we're okay, 380.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on the play of the game now. 4th and goal. Now Rivers on 4th down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll stay with the run and Armstead. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Love. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And taken right at the 35. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Ready! Round 80!
Rivers to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
Well, so much for the worry about how they would be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Ready? Let's go one more.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So now the onus will fall on the shoulders of Josh Lambo. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And this one is right through. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Jaguars, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else in their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.